Mark with climbing up the evolutionary ladder. It's my day 11,201st day of being alive. Today I'm going to be talking to you about New Year's resolutions. It's December 31st, and a lot of people are making their New Year's resolutions or have already made them. I've made mine, but I realize there's three of them in particular that I'm going to care about the most. And the way I got to this is I thought about what do I really have control over in my life? Like true control. Like, you could argue that I have control over nothing in my life, and I think that could be accurate. But I do think that I could increase the odds of a lot of things, and I do think that I do truly control to like the 99% degree a few things in my life, but not many things. When it comes to like money, I could control how much money I make. But to say I'm going to make $50 million next year, how much I can control that a lot of that's actually going to be luck. I could increase the odds. I could increase, if my odds of making $50 million was 1/10 of 1%, I could hustle my butt off and maybe bring it up to 3%. Who knows? But still, I don't really control that. And if I want to think about, well, what's an easier thing to control? Maybe my health. I could get huge and jacked and work out and make sure I get creatine shakes and this and that. I could do that, and I think that would be a lot higher than money. I think that's why so many people love going to the gym so much, because they have a sense of control. But even that, sometimes people could get injured or sick, and or sometimes their bodies just don't develop in the same way as other people's. So even that is not. I would peg that much higher, maybe a 95% degree of control, but not like 99% degree of control. So what it would be like something that I have almost full control over? Well, I can tell you one thing: wouldn't be external. It wouldn't be something that's not already inside me, like money or this certain person to get to ingratiate this certain person, make them like me or buy from me, or make them my intimate lover. That's not something you could control 99%. You could definitely increase those odds though. But what you could, I realized, I thought about what they are, and it came down to three main things. I could control my focus, I could control my meanings, and I could control my actions. So by focus, I mean that there's basically millions and millions of bad things every day, and there's also millions and millions of great things every day. Billions, trillions. And it doesn't make any sense to focus on the things that aren't working when there's so many things that's right. So many wonderful, beautiful blessings in the world. And for us to squander our time is almost a slap in the face to our creator, I'd say, because there's so much good in the world. Sure, you want to help fix what's not working, but we don't need to dwell on it, and lose our state of mind just because there's some unpleasant facts out there. Because there's also so many overwhelming, amazing facts out there. Just the fact that I could focus on how I could, breathe in this air, this oxygen without a special mask, and I have a heart that beats without me asking it to, and I'm healthy, and I have a family, a wonderful family. There's so much to be grateful for, and I'm sure if you dig down deep, you could realize a lot of reasons why you could be grateful for too, that you may take for granted every day. So the next thing is the meanings. It said there's nothing in the world has any meaning other than the meaning you give it. A lot of times things on face value seems tragic. I lost my job, she dumped me, this part of my house burnt down. Those things, it's very easy to attach a disempowering meaning to stuff like that. But when you start asking yourself the question, what else can this mean? You could start to think up some more empowering solutions to what it actually means and how it's actually going to be bettering you. An easy one is if a relationship is over, if you ask yourself what else could this mean, well, maybe something better is about to come, or maybe you finally realize the flaws that you have to work on yourself, and you're going to be a much better person and attract her or someone else just as good or better back in your life because you're going to come back stronger than ever. That's something not to really hang your head low on, but to look proudly upon. And same thing, in business. Oh no, we lost major accounts. We're not doing good. What else can this mean? Now we finally have the leverage to go to get with the times and go all out and make sure that we're servicing people the best way possible. And we're going to figure out how to be more resourceful. And we're going to maybe realize that life's not all about money for maybe a small amount of time, that we could enjoy the simpler things in life. And we're going to come back stronger than ever. That's what it could mean. Or it could mean, oh, we stink and future is bleak and this and that. It's all about what you choose to label it. I think it's time to divorce your disempowering story and marry truth. Marry something that propels you forward, that helps the human spirit, not hinders it. Lastly, the last thing I could really control is my actions, things I'm actually doing. I don't have to go to that party. I don't have to, lay in my bed. I could be exercising. I don't have to, go see a friend who calls me. I could do whatever I want, and I don't have to go to work either. But I have to choose the actions I think is going to be most in line with my goals and vision. And once I do choose it, own it. Because there's no point on doing something half-heartedly. So knowing that you could really choose your actions, but not your outcomes, is an empowering thing, because it'll make you more prone to taking the positive actions, because you don't care what type of reactions you get. You care about what you're doing. When that starts to turn you on more than the type of actions or that you get, then you become I think a superior being, because you're more willing than other people to try new great things. For example, if you're in the sales business and you have to call on prospects, if you get really proud of yourself, really turned on by the fact that you called 100 prospects, regardless of if they said yes or no, it's much better than if you called, 5 of them and you didn't want to go any further because they all said no and you cared too much about the rejection. Even if you called 100 and no one said yes, you probably learned a lot about your approach, and for the next day you'll do better. And as long as you're proud of yourself for even taking the proactive step, you're going to be much better off. So this is what we can control: our focus, our meanings, our actions. Have a great 2016. Thanks for listening.